First tonight, a synthetic drug has been newly identified in the greater Peoria area. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Sheehan. Kimberly and Rebecca have the night off. Treasurer Roberts tells us why the drug poses a major threat to our area. Treasurer.
Matt, the Peoria County coroner alerting neighbors today about morphine, a potent synthetic chemically manufactured opioid. The coroner saying recent detections of morphine and drug-related deaths is causing concern. In July, the synthetic drug was confirmed in 7 blood specimens associated with U.S. facilities. There are now 20 across the country, and Peoria County recorded 3 of these deaths to date. The coroner says the drug could cause cardiac arrest, and the worst part, it's undetectable.
If a user would take the drug to, say, Jolt Foundation to get tested, it would be undetectable, so they wouldn't know that they are actually using the drug. It's not something that those with substance use disorder would reach out to seek. It's generally found in what they're using after the fact, and that's the unfortunate thing. It's not detectable.
The coroner says those with substance abuse disorder shouldn't use alone and keep Narcan available. Matt.
All right, Treasurer, thanks. A night at a Bloomington tavern turns violent. A 46-year-old man now in critical condition. Police believe his attacker, Donald Westerfield, punched him in the face at the Sorton Bait Lounge early this morning. The victim first transported to a nearby hospital and later life-flighted to Champaign because of the seriousness of his injuries. Westerfield is now facing charges for aggravated battery in a public place and disorderly conduct. In the courtroom, a Leroy science teacher went before a McLean County judge today where he was given a bond of $100,000 for allegedly grooming a student at the junior-senior high school. 33-year-old Brandon Reynolds was arrested this week after authorities say he used an electronic device to solicit a student into committing an improper sexual act. According to Assistant State's Attorney Erica Reynolds, at this time he is only charged with grooming, though she says more charges could follow. The district has placed Reynolds on administrative leave, and the incident is now being investigated by Leroy Police and DCFS. He will appear back in court on October 23rd for an arraignment. The Peoria Fire Dive Team found another bone along the Illinois River this afternoon around 1 o'clock. Multiple bones were found in Glassford last night in the same area. The Peoria County Sheriff says Wednesday's findings could be tied to remains recently uncovered. The bones were found near Glassford Road in Route 24, close to where human bones were found just last month. Another bone was found in the area near the end of September. The investigation continues. The political battle over the investigation into Speaker Mike Madigan continues in the Capitol. Today, the House Republican leader took aim at not only the Speaker, but those who have called him to answer questions. Our Capitol Newsroom reporter Cole Hankey is live in Springfield. Cole, what did he have to say?
House Minority Leader Jim Durkin kept the focus on Speaker Madigan and the chairman of the investigative committee, Chris Welch, today. But he also called out the representatives that said the Speaker should resign if the allegations are true. After federal investigators tied Madigan to the federal investigation, 7 Democrats called on the Speaker to resign immediately. Others, including Governor Pritzker, said the Speaker would have to resign if the allegations were proven true. Durkin wants those same lawmakers, including the governor, to demand that the Speaker answer questions for the committee.
If these allegations of wrongdoing by the Speaker are true, there is no question that he will have betrayed the public trust and he must resign. Those are all statements made by Governor Pritzker in July. Here we are now in the first week of October, and he still does not have the answers.
The Speaker has released several statements denying any wrongdoing. When asked at a press conference what he believes Madigan can say that he already hasn't put in writing, Durkin said that he thinks the Speaker would have to plead the Fifth. I reached out to the governor's office to ask if the governor has any plans to strengthen his calls for the Speaker to ask questions, to answer questions, but I didn't get a response. Matt?
All right, Cole, thank you. A nearly 80-year-old Peoria business is at risk of closing. Janie Bowman joins us to explain why Peoria Charter Coach could close next month. Janie.
Matt, Peoria Charter Coach owner Bill Winkler says if he doesn't receive more funding, he'll have to shut down next month. He believes the motor coach industry is being left in the dust, while other industries receive more federal aid. Winkler says Paycheck Protection Program loans helped keep the company open until July. Eventually, that money ran out. Now Winkler says he's waiting to hear about a business interruption grant. But Chris Setti, CEO of the Greater Peoria Economic Development Council, says federal relief could make a bigger difference for small businesses.
Sometimes those monies only go so far. So smaller grants that the city or the state are able to provide aren't quite, they're more like a drop in the bucket to a company that large that has that kind of overhead.
Winkler says at the end of this month, he has to pay a $90,000 bill for bus licenses. It was originally due in April, but he says it's been pushed back 5 times. Matt.
All right, Janie, thank you. The Illinois Department of Public Health and the Illinois High School Sports Association disagreeing on best practices to safely continue high school fall sports. Illinois is one of 16 states in the country and the only state in the Midwest not continuing fall sports. Today, Dr. Preston Wolin, senior member of the IHSA Sports Medicine Advisory Committee, says stalling fall sports is a setback for student athletes. He says fall sports should continue so players and families can choose the best decision for themselves.
The inability to play sports to get to the next level may actually be adversely affecting the minority community, more so than would call it the white upper middle class community.
Dr. Wolin says starting basketball this fall is on the table, but the IDPH wants the players to wear masks while playing. He says the IHSA is against it. He explains fall sports should continue so players and families can choose the best decision for themselves. Here's a breakdown of COVID-19 numbers reported in our area today. Tri-County health officials announcing 68 new cases and 3 deaths in the last 24 hours. The deaths being reported in Tazewell County all were residents of a long-term care facility experiencing outbreaks. McLean County seeing 15 new cases and 1 death. The death is an 80-year-old man with underlying health conditions living in a long-term care facility. The positivity rate for McLean County staying the same, sitting at 3.4%. Across the state, over 3,000 new cases reported and 32 deaths in the last 24 hours. 3,000 being one of the highest single-day counts in Illinois since the pandemic started. The positivity rate for Illinois staying at 3.6%. A Goodfield man is behind bars after leading police on a nearly 10-hour standoff. 29-year-old Trent Johnson, now released from the hospital, is charged with aggravated discharge of a firearm. Durante Matthews joins us in studio with how some are reacting to the entire incident. Durante.
Matt, the neighbors I talked to are calling it an unusual situation. Many people didn't want to speak on camera, but say Trent has always been a good guy. Others say Goodfield is a very quiet town, and things like this just don't happen. Caution tape surrounds the house on West Robinson Street, where just Wednesday night, neighbors say was the scene of a nearly 10-hour standoff.
We're here to help you come out with your hands raised and no weapons.
These are commands Joanne Martin says she heard police yelling at the resident, 29-year-old Trent Johnson. Police say Johnson, armed with a gun, made suicidal comments, leading them to provide a wellness check where he refused to come out. They say Johnson soon began firing shots inside the home.
We better secured the perimeter, evacuated some of the houses around.
Chief Bradley Potts says they also shut the gas off on the street after hearing threats alluding to Johnson possibly blowing up the house. He says after a few hours, they eventually shot tear gas into the home. Johnson surrendered shortly after.
We eventually were able to get him to surrender himself and have the best possible outcome, and everybody is safe.
Martin says the incident was unnerving, but the police presence made her feel safe.
When I thought about it, I was a little nervous, but then I sort of calmed down and I said a prayer and prayed for what was going on.
Many neighbors didn't want to speak on camera, but say Trent was always a nice guy. Martin says Goodfield is typically a quiet town, so this was unusual for the entire area.
It is a nice neighborhood. We have good people here and real friendly people.
She and many others say despite everything, they pray for Johnson's well-being. Now, police say the whole situation stemmed from a breakup Johnson was going through. Johnson is currently in the Woodford County Jail. His bond set at $1 million. Matt?
All right, Durante, thank you. Coming up, a Twin Cities school nurse being recognized, how the nurse has continued hard work even during a pandemic.